Good morning, America, California, all the states up to Hawaii and all over the world. Vinny Chopra here and Beau Eckstein, my brother, right here with Vinny and Beau Show. We come live to you at the new time starting 2023. It's going to be 9 a.m. Friday, every Friday. Again, thank you for joining, and we want to thank our guests today also.
And then eventually, Mike doesn't know much about Vinny probably, but Vinny's a big apartment guy, so Vinny will probably talk you into becoming a multifamily syndicator and raising hundreds of $1 million and buying apartment complexes. But welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Brad. Well, welcome. This is Vinny Chopra, co-host Beau Eckstein from Las Vegas. I'm right here in Blackhawk, San Francisco area, and we have a great guest. Sandra Gonzalez is in the house. She's a performance coach, peak performance coach, ex-Marine. After 12 years, every door, every room she comes, she brings light. And we're going to talk so many great things today. We're going to talk about how to take your energy, your mindset, and who you are, taking your business to the next level. Sandra, welcome. Welcome. How are you?
Good morning. Namaste, Vinny G. What an honor it is to be here. Thank you, Vinny and Beau, for having me. I'm here in San Diego, California, and it is an absolute honor to be on this show. So thank you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so privileged to have you on our show. And maybe give a little story. In last 2 weeks, we didn't know each other. So what happened?
Where do I begin, Vinny? So I am in my condominium in Mazatlan, Mexico. I have an Airbnb there, and I was enjoying my time in Mexico. I had this incredible podcast with Vinney Chopra, and on that podcast, magic happened. I said, who is this incredible individual? I love his energy, his enthusiasm. He's teaching me so much because now I want to invest in, I want to be part of what he's doing so I can generate, that revenue, that passive income. I'm like, teach me more. So really that podcast, there was so much magic in there. This was a Thursday, mind you, Vinny, like 2 weeks ago. And then you said, Sandra, we're having a mastermind here in San Francisco, California. Why don't you join us? And the what I've realized is our mind tends to be very comfortable. As a retired Marine officer now turned high performance coach speaker, I realized in that moment I gotta always step outside of my comfort zone. This incredible real estate mogul is inviting me to this mastermind in San Francisco. That evening, I booked my flight. The next morning, took a flight back home here to San Diego. And Saturday morning, I flew out to this amazing, incredible, mind-opening mastermind that Vinny and Craig, hosted. It blew my mind, Vinny. What an incredible weekend.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I really believe in core of my heart when the lights get together, when the energies get together for a special reason, you know it. When the opportunity door opens, a lot of people shut that door. They are so close minded. They look at every different way why they should not do what they need to do. And many times when you open the door, little bit, then it opens wide open. And that's when the big journey starts.
Yeah.
That's when you're able to lift yourself to a new level of peer group and association. And what
Yes.
I saw in you was your drive, how you are becoming, and you are a great peak performance coach. because who you are.
Mhm.
And that's what really impressed me. And I said, you know what? Sandra needs to be here. I couldn't ask you to come. You came on your own accord. You spent so much money and you stayed at the Union Square at your own dollars. I
Of
mean, I
course.
respect you for that.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Vinny G. Shukriya. You opened the door and extended your hand out. And I said, this incredible individual that has opened his heart to me is now inviting me to teach me something. Absolutely, I jumped on that opportunity. And, as a single mom, I mean, thankfully my girls are grown now, but it's about setting that example. It's about facing our fears continuously. And like what this is an incredible opportunity that I'm going to meet incredible, extraordinary entrepreneurs. What am I going to learn? So I took that. And again, you were there, Vinny. Sure enough, when I got to this amazing, gorgeous,
Like a mansion.
it was a mansion.
Margis, he's my officer, my partner in other businesses. He opened his place, brother Beau, right there in Castlemont Country Club in Pleasanton. What a beautiful place and so humble. Kumar and Chitra, his wife, they
Yeah.
just opened because Ritz Carlton could not take us. They could not give us the meeting room that we wanted in Union Square, Ritz Carlton. We had planned everything. At the last moment, they said we cannot have 19 people. They gave us double suite. I don't know, whatever they did. But then later on, they said fire marshal will not allow us to have so many people in your suite, and we don't have any meeting room. Then we went to Taj Hotel. They said the same. Then we opened up with Kumar. He said, come on over, you know, and that's what we did. And I live 20 miles away, but my wife was not feeling that time that strongly. So we just couldn't, open our home that day, but we'll do it. But thank you. And you made great relationships with Anna, with Elizabeth, with so many great people there, and you're great friends. Anyway, but let's talk about Brother Beau. What would you like? I mean, I do want to say something about Sandra. Sandra's retired Marine officer turned high performance coach, speaker who helps successful entrepreneurs elevate. I can't even speak today their mindset so they can take command of any room. So tell me, what's your superpower, Sandra? What do you teach these entrepreneurs?
Yes, yes. Not to settle for mediocrity,
I love it.
Benji. Not to settle for mediocrity. We need to constantly raise our high caliber performance.
Yes.
And as a retired Marine officer who served 20 years of honorable service, now I help high caliber entrepreneurs kick self doubt and perfectionism to the curb. So I really help them up level their mindset
Mhm.
so they can take command of any room they step into and magnetize opportunities for impact and growth. So, having said that, Vinny G, what's my superpower? Well, I've realized my masculinity has enabled me to be very successful, especially throughout my 20 years of service. It served me as an entrepreneur, as a speaker, in being assertive. And, it's a great thing to have masculinity. However, Vinny G, my superpower is my femininity, my ability to, you know, experience, give, and receive grace, my ability to forgive myself and others,
Mhm.
my ability to serve other people because this is what God wants me to do. So I
Mhm.
would say that's my superpower is tapping into my femininity,
Uh-huh.
which has enabled me to, you know, be receptive, just and experience new things. And I, without no doubt, manifested you and Beau, and now I'm here in this incredible life show. So what a blessing!
Oh, I'm so glad, so glad. I was just thinking maybe why I'm not looking good is because the camera, my next gen, didn't come on. Winnie's always tweaking and making sure that I look okay on the camera and everything.
You
There
look
we go.
incredible. You look incredible.
Hey, at 70, I'll be 71. I feel good. I feel exciting. But you know what? Let's just talk about that. Sandra, so let me take you back. What was the pivotal point? All right, how you turn into a performance coach. And I read about you. You were with Brendan Bouchard. And that guy, that personality is so magnetic. So take us back how you got into his circle and what you learned from him. And I know everybody in America and around the world, he's a pretty special coach. Not only that, what he shares. And then another friend of ours, Mario, brother, Beau, Mario
Yeah.
also is a certified coach. He even wrote a book also on performance, Mario Mazameto. He will bring him back again. And then he had with brother on the frame. Who was the other one? Jack Canfield. I think on the cover paper, on the cover book. So tell us about Brandon and what did you pick up from him? Because there are so many transferable, qualities, right?
So Brendan Burchard is one of my, favorite motivational speakers. He's this high performance coach
Hmm.
that I follow.
Hmm.
And, to be very direct, I hope in the near future to be one of his coaches. I'm
Hmm.
not there yet. However, what was the thing that really compelled me to listen to this individual?
Hmm.
Excuse me. I realized that Brendan Burchard was raised by a gunnery sergeant, this Marine who had served over 20 years of service. So then when I hear Brendan speak, I said, oh, that's his father, the
Ah,
Marine who inculcated the values, the morals that he needed to be successful as, this badass entrepreneur. So that
mhm.
is what attracted me to this amazing individual. And
Yes.
and same thing can be said for you, Vinny. I'm like, what is it that Vinny? It's like, oh my goodness, his energy. Um, I need to meet this man. And that's all I said. You invited me, and I was there.
I know, I know, I know. Oh, I'll let you ask question, bro.
No, I think I was talking prior to you coming on today that the importance of mentors and coaches. I've made since I hired my coach 5 months ago was
Yes.
kind of certain things like things manifest, they happen. Like I was talking to actually Derek Clifford, Vinny, you know Derek,
Oh,
and I
very
was
well. He's in
yeah
Japan. He's in Japan
yeah,
right now. Yes.
and I said and I was telling him, hey, I want to hire a coach. I really need a coach. I think we all need coaches in many different facets. And he introduced me to Phil, who's my coach now. And I can honestly say the last 3 months, specifically the last like 2 months, has just a huge, like, it's not like these specific, like, hold me accountable stuff because I can hold myself accountable, but it's the breakthroughs you get. A
Mhm.
lot of it's limiting. I talk about you, Vinny, a lot with my coach, Phil. I go, I don't get Vinny. He has no fear. He has no limitless. He doesn't put a governing any limits on his mind on his and believe it or not, 99% of people don't have that gift where they can. You have to work at it. And Vinny, you've worked at it. You've been in business for, you're 70 turning 71 years old. You've been, working on your art and craft, and you've studied some of the best. And I think people need to hear that. They need to study and get mentors, right? Because no matter, even if you're Michael Jordan, you're the best basketball player in the world, he has a coach. And until you realize and give in, I think you have to give in and say, listen, if you're not dying, that means you're learning, right? Usually, like, so you got to figure out, are you dying or are you growing? And if you're growing, you got to get in the right rooms. And that's what everybody tries to do. We got to get in the right room. So it's great to have you here to talk about all this energy. And that's why I love doing the shows with Vinny, because we get great guests on. Plus Vinny's like got more energy than me, who's half his age.
I think it's the mindset, and we're going to dig into that right now. Because, see, the thing is, I'm not the person I was 40 years back, right? but I made a decision that I want to grow and I want to develop and I want to be Pygmalion of positivity. And that was a change from where I grew up in 282 square feet with six siblings and parents in one bedroom apartment with no refrigerator, no car, no bicycle. I mean, we just had a bicycle, no telephone, no radio, no television. I mean, radio we had, no television, anything. But the thing is, you start with a small thing and be happy. But then you set up goals in life. And then one of my big goals was to come here. And I came here with $7 in my pocket. But the thing is, you got to try to improve your surroundings. You try to improve yourself incrementally. Who I am today, it didn't happen overnight. Rome was not built in a day. I say that always. But anybody who makes a decision, like Brother Tony Robbins says, who you are yesterday, you could decide today, right this moment, and you can be different person from this point forward. Because past is past. Learn from it, and then you take decisions to grow. And what you said, Bo, I've seen you tremendous shift in the last 1 year, brother. I'm so proud who you are and where you are heading and getting a coach. I just did an interview with a gentleman from Montreal or Ottawa yesterday. Amazing, amazing personality. He said everybody needs a coach.
Mhm. Mhm.
Everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs a mentor. Coach can take you to the places where he's not been there. Mentor is somebody who's been there and then he pulls you along. So either way, but the key thing is everybody needs a coach or a mentor because otherwise you'll be the sum total of five people with mediocre thinking, with mediocre results, with mediocre incomes, with mediocre mindset. But you got to raise yourself up. You got to raise yourself up. What would you
I love
say
it.
to that? What would you say to that, Sandra?
Absolutely. It's about, it's one of the things I teach, Vinny, Beau. It's cultivating, this warrior's mindset.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to develop a warrior's mindset. What's a warrior's mindset? It's a growth mindset that helps you look at opportunities instead of obstacles. It's a growth mindset that enables you to focus on the cure, not the disease. It's this warrior's mindset that helps you generate solutions to your problems, not additional stressors. So it's this shift of perspective that's done, but you have to have this insatiable appetite for growth. You have to be willing to learn. And like Vinny, he's like a mentor of mine. I love you, Vinny and Craig. And I'm like so grateful I have these mentors now in my life to help me take it to that next level. Because, like you said, Vinny, you always need a coach, a mentor to help you with that next high caliber level.
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally agree. I think this life is not a solo game. This
Mhm.
any kind of business we are in, it's not a solo game. If you're thinking you could accomplish everything from birth till death solo, that's a total different mindset. If you're
Mhm.
not growing, you're not learning. I'm so open. I'm like a sponge to so
Mhm.
many things because at 71, I'll be 71 in August. I want to be like this, sitting in my backyard, maybe in a big castle, over there in France. My goal is to be traveling the world and spending 1 month, 2 months with my wife into the villas of the best places and giving her a charm and be on a laptop and an iPhone. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. And I can just do my background as my office. Nobody will know where I am. But the thing is, you got to be dreaming big. You just cannot not dream big. I'm telling you. If you're thinking small, you will be small. You'll remain small. If you think big, you may not know how it's going to manifest, but you got to think big. Everybody listening to us, please get the book Magic of Thinking Big by W.J. Schwartz. I got it 46 years back or 44 years. I still have that copy in my office. Please, please, please look into that. That's going to change your lifestyle. They're going to break the barriers. You'll become the warrior that Sandra is talking about. Because if you're not learning, if you're not growing, you're dying. I say
Yes.
that all the time. I say, you know what? People get up in the morning, they will put snooze alarm, sooner. I never do that. Never do that. You get up in the morning, you look in the mirror, you're saying, why I got up. Okay, go back. You're dead. You just got up, but you're dead. Go back to bed. I mean, take charge of your life. You're the CEO of your life. If things are not happening for you, it's because of you, nobody else. Outside
Right.
is not going to penetrate into you and motivate you. You got to motivate yourself. I'm just saying, Brother Bo.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Listen, like, it might be hard to think like, well, how do I become a Vinney, right? Like, it's just like this guy, right? Like, and he's doing these $60 million deals and whatever, right? Like, and that's overwhelming for 99.9% of the people out there. But Vinney started, with his
What?
first 14 unit apartment. He was stacking
180,000.
bricks,
180,000.
180,000, right? And so it's very. The other day, I was just thinking, even when I wasn't giving myself enough credit. Like, I've been in this business for 25 years. And then, like, I'll see, like, when Vinney was talking with Neil, Bow, and I had Neil on my podcast, and I know Neil, he spoke at some of my events. And Neil even told me, he goes, I got started my career speaking at one of your events. And now he has a couple $100 billion portfolio.
Easy. 1.4 billion.
Yeah.
1.4 billion, brother. And we were just talking. 1 hour we talked. We are going to join like this. It's going to be amazing.
So it's just crazy. So I always had these limiting beliefs, right? But all these people around me, because I always put myself in the right room. Yeah. And then it's just like, you know what? You just take action. Like yesterday, I was like, the guys that I introduced Vinney to, it's like, that might be a good deal, right? Like, I have that ability to do this stuff. And Vinney was always saying, go bigger, do bigger, right? Like, I was like, and like, you start seeing these successes, then you got to go, okay, let's go all in. Like, like, everybody out there has their unique gifts, and we have to, and if you need to talk to a coach, which sometimes is a therapy session, but you end up unlocking these things that are you have baggage. Some people have baggage. Like, I listen to, like, so many people have like these limiting beliefs. Like, I always told my coach, my dad would always say, yeah, but, like, when I was giving him an idea, right? Like, because my dad is, he's an idea guy, but he never acted upon some of those ideas. And he would give me the yeah, but, where it would frustrate me because I always wanted to go hard, right? Like, I always wanted, like, to do certain things. And I think you have to be extremely driven, almost to the point. Like, today, I got a cold yesterday. I was like, didn't sleep at all. But it was like today when I was like, man, I want to go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym today. But it was like, it was hard for me not to go to the gym because you instill these disciplines in your life, right? And I think that's very important to do. Like, if you make discipline like your goal, everything becomes easier. Like, I just did 900 uploads to my YouTube channel, 900 uploads over the last 2.5 years, right? Like, in the beginning, when I was uploading videos, I didn't get deals out of it. Now, every day, my calendar is full of deals because I did the work and I just put my foot to the grindstone. Like, if you want to get in shape, right? Like, you might be 25% body fat right now, but you can be 12% body fat if you want to. You just have to do it every day. And Vinney at 4:45 in the morning or 4:20, he's routinely texting people, right? Everybody else is sleeping. I get up early too, like Vinney.
Yes.
The point is like, you have to be energized, and you don't necessarily need to have $1 billion portfolio. Like my coach, Phil, who's 83 years old. I go, Phil, why don't you get on stages and do big things? He says, I like these one-on-one conversations that I have with guys like you. Yeah. And that's powerful. Like, that's his why. He doesn't need to own $1 billion portfolio. Whatever your why is, you have to figure it out. And it doesn't have to be. Vinney's why is he loves doing deals. He loves creating wealth for people. And that's what he'll never die because he's so passionate about like the art of the deal and like what it does, right? And they create money helps you do the things you want to do. Vinny doesn't need to work anymore. He does it because he's passionate about it. And
And
like, he
I
could,
cannot believe you, brother. I am telling you, my $100,000 investors are so few now. I've got the new offering. It's 100, 500 million, 5 million, and 10 million. Wow, we just changed the whole scheme in our fund. And we got two people giving us 10 million each in the last 1 week. And one family wants to give us another 10 million from another fund. I mean, there's just so much money out there. And the key thing is they are big operators themselves, but they want to join Craig and I and Sachin Maski in this quest where we are going. They,
well, but Vinny, I also want to cut in like,
yeah,
it's the mindset. Like some people would argue with you and say, no, Vinny, there's not a lot of money. People don't want to invest right now. No, it's a mindset thing, right? Like the guys yesterday on the call, right? Remember, they said it's
yeah,
not easy for us. We want Vinny to come in because this is what he's good at doing. They were having doubts and they haven't developed into what they need to do, right? But so anyways, it's limited because some people might say, well, that's, I could never raise $10 million, but Vinny started with 100. It's not like he did this overnight. He started with one investor with $100,000 or
$100,000.
$50,000. And then those investors over time, it grows, right? And then those investors now have made $1 million, $2 million in profit. And now putting 500,000 or $1 million into a deal isn't that much money to them anymore. So we all start somewhere. And everybody might see Vinny like the iceberg, like he's on the top of the iceberg. They don't see all the stuff underneath. Like
Yes, yes.
Vinny,
Lot of
you are
shit
always,
underneath. Lot of
yeah.
shit. I
You
mean,
when yeah.
everybody goes through so many ups and downs. If I talked about the 5 lawsuits I've gone through, and when we put, my wife and I put every dime, 3.6 million of our own money to save investors' money. My investors cried when I told them. I didn't tell them the whole process. Brother Beau, you got me $8.5 million loan in 15 days. 15 days. I don't know how he pulled it out. I still remember Conventus. They saw me, had lunch with me. They flew to Atlanta that night. I never told them next week I was going on vacation with my family to Japan. And I was in Japan. Brother Beau was working. My attorneys were working. And they got me $8.5 million loan plus 3.5 million of our own cash to throw it at Fannie Mae's face. I remember that at that 31st of June, if I had not given them that 11, $12 million, I would have been foreclosed. I'm telling you, everybody, you
I
know?
want to make a point. So Vinny, like I don't know much about any of his lawsuits in the past, whatever, but he can deal with the stress. I've been sued one time, Vinny, and it wasn't even my fault, right? And I was so stressed out. So I want people to take this as a learning tool. Like you need to learn how to like put up a wall and say, this isn't my stress. This is your stress. And like for years, I would take stress on, and like that's the biggest thing, to be able to deal with this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you
I
become an
mean,
ultimate
I
warrior.
had $2.95 million lawsuit for 2.5 years. One of my contractor, I can say it freely now, impregnated a minor on one of my apartment buildings. And his wife was my property manager. Wow, that's all I have to say. So they sued everybody from start to the finish, up to me and my wife and everybody. And we went away with zero money from our pocket. If I had stressed out for 3 years, I would have been paralyzed totally. That
Yes.
was $3 million lawsuit would have been a big dent in our net worth, and money. But I said, I'll face the challenge. I've done nothing bad. And I mean, this happened, whatever happened and all that. We found out later on, his baby was born from this minor, and his wife was born 1 month apart.
Oh my God. That's crazy. It's
I'm just
not,
laughing about it. The thing is, God really gives you strength to cope
Mm-hmm.
with any kind of hardship you ever have.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that, guys. Everybody listening to us, you may be stressed out and all that, but call spade is spade. don't bring your personal life. I mean, we would have been in a different frame of mind. I never told Kanchan what kind of stresses I'm going through. And, I can hide it very good. But the thing is, she does not need to know because business is business. And we had our own payroll people sue us. Discrimination. Here we have all kinds of people in our organization, you know black, Mexican, Americans and Indians and whatever, and then they sue us. But then, by going and really facing the truth with the right attorneys and all that, we walked away with everything. All five lawsuits, Vinny is still standing strong. But the thing is, I'm just saying a little bit, but the key thing is, it's the mindset. What you let in this 6 inches of the space is going to kill you. Listen to me, everybody. I mean, set your mind right. Get a coach. You can get a coach for $300 an hour. Get a coach for $500 an hour. They will break open your mind like nobody's business.
Absolutely.
Sandra, give us I mean, this is 35 minutes into the show. We make also, by the way, everybody joining, thank you so much. We do this live, but next 4 weeks, no show. Unless brother Beau does it alone, because I'll be in the Eastern Europe and Berlin.
No, no, it's not the Vinny and Beau show without you. So
So we'll come back and join in June again. I come back on June 2nd, so it's going to be 4 weeks gone. But loving the lifestyle and everything, what we are building for our children, making memories. Because in this earth, we got to make memories every single day. You got to. Don't wait that it's going to happen when I retire, or it's going to happen when I make X amount of money. I mean, everything is possible. And I'd love to share something special to everybody, my gift to you all. We went to Morocco. My wife and I went to Morocco, 19 days trip. We paid $1,800 for the whole trip. It included 4 to 4 and a 5-star hotels accommodations every night. It included breakfast. It included American to no no English tour guide and a coach, beautiful coach, 55-seater, which took us for 13 days, all excursions, and about seven breakfasts. No, all breakfasts were included, seven dinners were included, and wine and all that was included. I mean, the drinks for $1,800. Please, please, please check it out. What's that got? Gate One Discovery Tours. Gate One Discovery Tours. Take your family for very minimum. I mean, I could afford. I mean, we are spending 150,000 on this trip, just 150,000 just for this 23 days, and we
are you
love.
adopting?
You come along, Brit. But why do I make money? Because I want to make memories. I want to, and we are going now. I don't want to brag about it, but we are going to, Patagonia. We just booked that's $9,000 whatever trip. Then we're going to Malta and Sicily coming up in 2 months. Then we are doing other trips. I want to do 6 trips a year, so that I don't just work, but work hard, but play harder. Play harder. If you can't afford to take your family, then you're not working. I'm telling you. Take charge of your life. I'm sorry. We
No,
need
no,
all
no.
this.
I was just thinking I need to take more vacations.
You
Luckily, I'm going
better.
to
I'm
Playa
going to
del
push
Carmen.
you,
I'm
brother.
going
I'm
to
going to
Playa
push
del
you.
Carmen in July. I'm
You
going to go
got
sit on
to.
the beach.
You got to, brother. You got to.
I
And
think,
you know what?
Vinny, you know what? If I may, Vinny, interject,
Yes.
I think it's how we shift our perspective. So
Yeah.
life is a vacation. My life is a vacation.
I love that.
One minute I'm in Mexico doing a podcast with Vinny G. 2 days later, I'm in this beautiful home in San Francisco, California with Vinny G and other amazing investors that I'm learning so much from, that I know that I want to invest as well. Now I know what I have to do.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Come on, Sandra. Look at this. This Vinny is 17 years age. I am not 71. I'm 17. I love this.
And you are 17, Vinny, because I experienced you all weekend, Saturday, Sunday. You and Craig absolutely gave us a VIP treatment.
Oh,
I
thank you, Sandra.
walked away empowered, knowing exactly. And, and as a high performance coach, I'm always looking to raise my performance in all aspects as it relates to the mind, which you spoke about, what you think about, you bring about, your body. I'm constantly, working on my body because I want to raise my energy every single day.
Yes,
I have
yes.
I'm in my 40s. I have two daughters, but I feel like Vinny G. I'm 18 years old, but you have to learn how to raise your energy every day. And then your soul, work on your soul. Like, who are you associating yourself with?
Yes.
So, again, that weekend, Vinny, you and Craig absolutely filled up my love tank. And I was like, oh my goodness, these are mentors that I want to associate with the rest of my life because I know now where my money's going. So thank you for empowering me in that way.
Ah, Sandra, you are a soul. You are a special soul, and you have come in our circle. You will be going to the peaks. You will see it. You are a peak performance coach yourself. What should I tell you? And you are ex-Marine. Everybody listening to us, remember this is the Vinny and Beau show. We come live every Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 Eastern. Join us. We want to take your business to the next level. We want to get your mindset to the next level. We want to get your energy to the next level. We are the guys, Vinny and Beau show. Brother Beau, last comments.
I was just thinking I'm going to cut that for a reel. I like that. The way you just said. I'm going to cut that for some marketing.
Totally, totally,
But
totally,
anyways,
brother.
yeah. At the end of the day, you should get around people that energize you. That's why we do the Vinny and Beau show. And like after I get off this call or this Zoom or this stream, live stream, whatever we want to call it, I'm energized, right? Now I can go and just crush the day even more. So whatever you have to do to have those times where it energizes you is very important. And that's the one thing. If you work out of your house all day like I do, sometimes I'm like, I'm dragging, right? But now being on the Vinny and Beau show every Friday, I know I'm uplifted. Or when Vinny and I with two other people have a mastermind group, it's like
Yes.
boom, boom, boom. People are dropping knowledge bombs
Hold
like
on.
this and that.
Tiffany,
Just
shout out to Tiffany. Tiffany
yeah.
did sales of $273,000 in 3 days seminar. She just built a course together in 3 months, and she did a sales of $273,000. What? And next month, she's going for $1 million in each month sale. $1 million. Sky's the limit, guys. Sky's the limit. Krista, what's her last name? I don't know. She's the ClickFunnels lady from Discovery Bay here, and I will get to know her too. And again, the key thing is don't take no for an answer. You got to really get yourself going and get everybody else going. So again, this is a Winnie and Beau show. Beau, I'm going to try to reach you from Europe, brother. Let's see, 9 hour difference or whatever it is. So we'll see. It's 9 o'clock, so it's going to be like 3 in the afternoon. If I'm in the Wi-Fi zone, I think it'll be fun. So we're not going to say to everybody we won't do the show. We'll try to do the show. Well, even I'm gone 23 days. Enjoy time with my family. Will try to do as much as I can, and with my Go Abundance Mindset show that I do with Walter Amarillo every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. You got two shows. We go 16 channels live show all across the world. So join us again. And Sandra, how can people reach you, girl? How can
Thank you.
people reach you?
Well, thank you for having me here today. How can they reach me? Directly through sandragonzalez.com, and Gonzalez is spelled with two Z's, or on social media. My Instagram handle is Coach Sandra Gonzalez, or I do offer free training. Vinny, one of the things I help high caliber entrepreneurs cultivate is sexy confidence. Now, sexy
Love it.
if I may, is this ability to master yourself. and stay calm during stressful challenges and situations. And if you can harness sexy confidence, you can take command of any room you step into and magnetize opportunities for impact and growth. Having said that, if I may I ask,
Please.
may I put my ask out there? Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
I'm looking for speaking engagements. If anybody needs an influential speaker in
Mhm.
English or Espanol, I'm here to serve. And I'm looking for speaking engagements to serve you and your community. But thank you. It's been an absolute honor being here, meeting you, Beau, as well. And I cannot wait. I'm in the process of taking my money and investing it with Vinney and Greg. So that's in the works.
Oh my gosh, Sandra. And you promised me you're going to read my book.
En español.
Yes, $7 to a billion. It's going to be billion now. It's 1.3 billion, and it's going to be 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion. I know. I'm getting my word out there to everybody. You mark my word. Vinny's not going to die laying down. He's going to be 105, 110. We're going to have big celebration. I'm going to invite the whole world, and I'll pay for it, and we're going to enjoy life. But the key thing is, I want to talk to you later so that we could get you in a studio so that I'll pay for everything and get you to read my book so that we could do audible in Spanish. And then I'm going to turn my book into $7 to 1 billion into Indian language. I need to have editor, somebody reach out to me. I want to turn it into Japanese and Chinese. So my Chinese friends, please follow me. We're going to take over the world. This book I need to get in the hands of 1 million people. 1 million people. And my course for $997, which used to be $5,000, 1 million people. My course will be, that's 1 billion sales. Vinny's saying out in the world today.
And,
And I'll give you commissions. I'll give you commissions to sell my book.
Vinny G, Arabic too. I have a lot of friends in the Middle
Oh, let's do Arabic too.
Inshallah. Arabic too.
Inshallah. I'm ready to put in money, time, effort. Louis was right here. He filmed me yesterday. He's doing ClickFunnels, and I just got $100,000 for me to teach what I do. $100,000. People are paying me $100,000 one-on-one coaching. Praise the Lord. All right. See you next time. See you again next week or week after. God bless you all. Thank you, Sandra, for coming. You are such a sweetheart. And we're going to have so much fun with all the mastermind, with everything. Craig G, thank you. I respect Craig Shaw so much. Sachin Maski. Umang, my brother. He's just on the call. He's listening in Umang. And Chico, love you, brother. I'll be talking to you in a second. Let's see here.
Happy to be on your show finally.
I'm a long-time fan and I watch all your guys' content.
It's awesome. We're very, very, very invested in our community.
It's wonderful to be here.
This is Vinney Chopra and also my good buddy, Beau. And we are so happy.
It's amazing what's going to happen. So, we're amped up to do the show, and we got a lot of hype about the guest today, so I'm excited.
Oh, I know.
So excited.
It's really come live to you all. You live 9:30 every Friday. How to take your business to the next level.